I don't like it. Oh my god. I'm gonna see. I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. And I can't find the words to just go do 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 do. I don't like it. No, I love it. I saw Flo Rida in concert. Did you guys know that about me? I've been to 2 artists now, I think, right? Taylor Swift and Flo Rida. Yeah. Flo Rida came to my school, and I'll tell you this. I told you guys about it when it happened, but when he came to our school, most people, I feel like if they're performing at like a college venue, they wouldn't be that like excited about it. But he was like really appreciative, and he looked like he had a good time. I'm not incentive. He was like, I'm happy to be here, and it was great. I love Flo Rida, and then he posted me on his story twice. Come in. Hello? Who? Someone wants in, and I can tell. It was just my mom. It was just my mommy. She was checking on me. Okay. It was just my mom. She was checking on me. I feel like I don't have as much stuff to talk about. Did I just shorten my list? It really doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to start this episode and just tell y'all the truth. I am, like, sick as a dog. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I think my voice sounds fine, but when I listen back, we'll find out. I'm sick as a dog. Like, and I did not want to record. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. Or it wasn't that I didn't want to record, because obviously I love doing this, but I feel so bad. Like, and I hate that, I'm probably going to be sniffling a lot, and I want to give you guys a better show than that, but I also don't want to miss an episode, so I'm just gonna be real and authentic and say I'm so sick. I know last episode I was kind of sniffly, and I was like, guys, I feel like I'm getting sick, and I will say this, I did get sick. I got sick like a 24-hour thing, and then it was gone, and I was fine. Well, this weekend, like, it started like the end of this week. My sister and I both were struck with like an illness. Like, we're both so sick right now, and it is just bad. It is bad. That sounds like we're gonna die. We have like awful cold. It's hit the both of us, and I know what you're thinking, Beth, how can you be so sick but look so hot? Well, that's the power of makeup, my love. I feel awful. I look amazing, and that's just the plight of being Beth. I'm just like, it's like, I feel so bad, and like, no one's ever gonna know, because I'm just so gosh darn sexy all the time, and it's like a lot. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm so sick. I got the sore throat, I got runny nose, I just did some nasal spray. My mom got me some nasal spray, and this is weird, my like body hurts, like my body is so achy, it's like in my ribs, it's awful. But whatever. I have a coffee. Hopefully it's not cold. Please don't be cold. Please don't be cold. It's nice and warm. But yeah. I do feel like now that I'm talking, this is like already the most I've talked today. I can like hear my voice. It's not. Is it deeper and sexy? Let me try. Okay. Hey, you guys. Is my voice deep and sexy? Is it turning you on? Shoot, I'm kind of turning myself on. Ow! That is God telling me I should never feel good about myself. Guys, is my voice sexy? Is it really sexy? Yeah, I don't think I've ever been sexy in my life. How about that? I'll do you one better. I don't think I've ever been sexy in my whole life. Oh, also, I got my hair done. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm wearing contacts, but I can't really see myself. Am I that tiny? I feel like I can't see still. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. I got my hair done. I got it chopped off. It's cute. And I also got bangs. So it's kind of similar to what I had going on before. I had curtain bangs, and I kind of styled them this way. So it kind of gave the illusion that I had like real bangs. But now I actually have like kind of real bangs. So yay. So I'm feeling good. But like mentally feeling great, My hair is really pretty. It really hit yesterday, too, my illness. I got my hair done yesterday, and I actually meant to record the podcast yesterday because it would have worked perfectly. You know, I would have just had my hair done. It was meant to be. But while I was getting my hair done, it was like, I really started to feel it. My throat had been hurting since, like, Wednesday, Thursday. And, Brooke also felt really bad. And usually, this has never really happened before. Usually, like, one of us will get sick and then, you know, you give it to your sibling. You know, that's how sicknesses go. Like, the moment you get better, the other person gets sick. But this time, like, the both of us, we have gotten ill at the same time. And we are just making it everyone's problem. So, it's going really well. You know, I'm so happy for my parents to have to deal with this. It's really great. But then, yesterday, when I was getting my hair done, I really I started coughing. And that's like... oh no, it's getting bad. I was like coughing the whole like appointment, and then I get home and it was like everything hit the fan. I sneezed so many times consecutively, more than I ever have in my entire life. I sneezed enough yesterday to fulfill the rest of the sneezes of probably the world, and it was awful. I could not stop. I took a full Benadryl. Went up to my room. Guys, it laid me out. I was out until like 10 p.m. I missed my mother going off to work. I missed everything. Dinner, it was insane. I woke up I made myself a hoagie. And my dad got my sister and I the little pumpkin pie blizzards from Dairy Queen, which are so freaking good, by the way. No one's talking about it. They're so amazing. It's crazy. I love interesting things with food. You know, what up with food scientists? I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently there's such thing as food scientists, and they come up with, like, food. What a cool job is that? That would be awesome. You know, fun fact about me, I don't think I've ever really spoke about this before, but I have this, like, idea in my head that I'm never going to fail in my life. Because I have so many things that I think would be interesting to do and have as a career that I'm like, oh, if like, you know, the whole college thing fails, I'll do this. You know, if like being in PR fails, I'll do this. If writing fails, I'll do this. You know, and I have like, there's so many things that I want to do. I honestly keep it like a running list. I'm like, well, if that idea fails, I move on right to the next. I'm never going to fail. You know, I just always keep it moving up here. And, you know, if you have that mindset, you're never going to fail. So we'll add being a food scientist to the list. And I'm sure you have to get I'm sure there's some sort of degree you have to get for that, but I'm already so deep in student debt that why not add more, you know? Why not add more to that? Ugh, guys, I can like hear it. My voice, like I can hear it. I'm starting to hear it now. Oh. Anyway, I want to talk about one thing. SNL, they did a cast shakeup. And I have never been so affected by one until now. I don't know why. But it has really affected me. Because Michael Longfellow got fired. And it has, like, since it happened, it has been weighing on my mind so much. And I don't know why. But it really made me think. Because he did a stand-up show and allegedly he spoke about it, and I just heard from like someone else talking about it on a video, but he was like, it was a very public firing, and I was like, dang, you know, that is actually so true. Like, I didn't think about that. You know, if you get fired from SNL, everyone knows you got fired. Like, everybody knows. And I was like, dang, that is like, I would hate that, you know, everyone to know, like, that's what happened. And another thing, it's like these people who like got fired and whatnot, it's not like there's a real reason for them getting fired. It's just like one person decides, hey, you're done. And then it's gone. And that's really been weighing on my mind. And also, I will tell you this, I loved Michael Longfellow. I really did. Like, he, to me, was like one of the funniest cast members they've had on there. And I absolutely adored everything he did on there. I thought it was so good. And I've just been sad. And I really think he would have been so great on Weekend Update. But supposedly, I thought that Colin Jost and Michael Che were leaving. But apparently they're not. So I don't know what's up there. But they have these new cast members. I don't know. The only one I know from like the new cast members is Veronica. I've followed her for a long time. And I think she's hilarious. So I'm really excited for them. I'm really excited to see the SNL premiere to see how they do. So that's exciting. I don't know the other people. I just know Veronica, and I'm a fan of hers. But I won't lie to you guys. I'm so upset about Michael Longfellow not returning. It is, like, genuinely broke my heart. Like, I can't even lie to you. I have been, like, laying in bed at night. I don't know why. Cause honestly, I don't understand why this is affecting me so much, because I've never, like, I guess I've just never really thought about it. Like, when people, like, just, you know, left SNL, got fired from SNL, I guess it never really struck me until now. But maybe that's part of getting older. I'm really seeing things. So for someone who doesn't watch SNL that much, like, I don't tune into every episode, I'm, like, in SNL, like, lore. Like, I'm always watching the clips. But I do, like, a lot of, like, research on it. I don't know why. It's, like, I guess a niche interest I have, much like how I'm very interested in space, randomly. But, yeah, that whole thing it has broke my heart. And in honor of Michael Longfellow not coming back, he is going to be my celebrity crush this episode. He is, because I find him so funny. Every time he was on Weekend Update, I was laughing. Oh, I just popped my arm. I was laughing so hard, you guys. It was so funny. So funny. And, you know, I keep seeing comments that are like, SNL just couldn't handle someone as fine as him. And I'm like, shoot, maybe that's true. But yeah, I am really sad. But, you know, my sister, we talked about it. You know, so many people who get fired from there, they end up, they do so many great things afterwards, like Adam Sandler. I mean, come on, you know? So I really do feel in my soul, hopefully I'm not jinxing it, I'm going to knock on wood now. I do feel in my soul that he's going to do some great things. And everyone who I mean, some of them, I'm just like, dang, they didn't even get a chance to shine. Like, Emil Joaquim, I mean, dang. Yeah, he got fired too. I'm like, dang, he didn't even get a chance to shine. And it makes me sad. But I hope they, I think they're going to do some really great things. Hey, you guys, editing Beth here. Okay, this next clip, I recorded it and I explained it kind of badly. So, Ego and Heidi Gardner are also leaving. And fun fact, I think I've spoken about this before, but, Ego and Heidi, they came to my school once. And I thought it was supposed to be a stand-up show. Full transparency, I don't know what that whole experience was. They came to the school, and they talked a little bit, kind of like a little bit about themselves, and then they invited people up on the stage to tell stories and whatever, and then they would give their input on the story. I had an awful time, and I'll tell you why. The person who sat behind Brooke and I was the most obnoxious person I've ever met in my life. And that's where the story picks up. It was a really bad experience, not because of them, because the person behind me was the most obnoxious person I'd ever met in my life. They yelled the whole time. They were like a heckler, and it was like, oh my God, brother, shut up. Actually, shut up. No one likes you. Your family, I'm sure they hate you. You stink. Like, I can smell you. You reek. Shut up. Like, actually, for a moment, can you please, for the love of God, shut your mouth? No one here likes you. You're not funny. Hey, you're not funny. Shut up. God, I'm getting mad about it again. So it was a beautiful experience. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do on SNL. My sister and I are going to tune into the premiere. It's October 4th, I think. And you know what, the day before that, The Life of a Showgirl comes out, and that is where you'll find me listening, hoo-hoo. That song, I think, is getting some love on TikTok again, and I just want to say, I've been there. I have been there with that song. You will find him next to me. I've been listening to that song, okay? I've always been here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, Michael Longfellow. Yeah, he's my celebrity crush, so we will honor him. He's so funny, and I would love to see his stand-up. And this is why I spoke about this. I really want to try stand-up. I really do. I've always wanted to, but now I'm, like, really starting to write jokes now. Because I think I'm funny. I'll tell you this. You can tell me I'm ugly. You can tell me I'm ugly all day long. But if you say I'm not funny, bah! I'm heartbroken. That is like the thing that gets me. But I'll tell you guys this though. I get a lot of hate comments all the time. It's kind of like, it comes with the gig, but rarely. I think it really only happened like once or twice has someone said you're not funny. So that does kind of make me feel good. People, they just say you're ugly, and it's like, okay, low-hanging fruit. But no one ever says you're not funny. So that does make me feel good. Anytime says, huh, you're fat and ugly, I'm just like, well, thank God they didn't say I'm not funny. I'm almost taking it as a compliment at that point. I do really want to try stand-up. I think it would be so fun. Because I will tell you this. I've never done stand-up, but I guess kind of, in a way, I kind of have. When I was in middle school, we would do these days. Now, there was only one time I flopped, but the other times, I nailed it. I don't want to talk about when I flopped. I actually already have one here, so I'm not going to. But we would have these days in choir, or it would be like talent show day, and you'd go up there and you would do your talent. Well, I have no talent, but I can talk. So I would just go up there, and I would basically do like a story time. It would be like a stand-up set. And honestly, I won't lie to you guys, I had them laughing, like middle schoolers. And, they're a tough crowd. And I did pretty well every time, other than once, and we shall not talk about it. And then one time, I had a friend who, we shall not speak about them, but they invited me to a church thing once, and I did like a story time then too on like the stage, because why not? And yeah, I got them laughing then too, so that was pretty good. And I really just want to try, I really want to go to like an open mic type of thing. I've never done that before. I've done like poetry readings, I've done that a few times, but never like stand-up. So I really want to try that. I think that's going to be part of my 2025 to 2026 goal, if I can find a time to do that. They have like a comedy place that they do it sometimes, so I might go. But I'd really need to write some jokes. If I could get like a 3 to 5 minute set going, then we would be great. Nothing longer than that. I wouldn't want to do anything longer than that for now. But yeah, wouldn't it be so nice if I could be like, hi, I'm Bethany Haven, I'm a comedian. That would be so cool. And I feel like, can I also say this? I feel like I've gone so backwards about the podcasting thing. Usually you have someone who they're like a comedian, an influencer, an actor, or whatever it is, and then they start a podcast. That is not me. I just started a podcast. I was a nobody, and I still am. And I started a podcast. Isn't that great? No one can be like, she just started a podcast because blah, 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 blah. No, I started a podcast because I wanted attention. These people, they already had attention. I had none. So, sometimes I think about that. I really went backwards about it. Anyway, I've never done anything correctly in my life. So, this is just another one of those things. And also another thing, we all know the story of why I started my podcast, but can I say something? People say, follow your dreams because you want to. Because it's your passion, Do it out of the love of the game, which I think is true, but I think it's also great if you follow your dreams out of spite, Doing things out of spite is a great motivator, I think. I think spite is one of God's greatest gifts, That's why I started the podcast, and look how great that's going, It's great. I love doing things out of spite. So yeah, you know me. You know what? Now someone needs to tell me I'm not funny so I can go do stand-up out of spite of them telling me I'm not funny, and then I need to nail the stand-up, and then boom, I'm a world-renowned comedian. Boom. Now let's get to the meat of this episode. Oh my Lord, you guys. I'm trying to see the order in which I should tell these stories. Michael Longfellow is really attractive. That just came to me. I had to say it. Anyway, I hope him and his girlfriend are happy. I think he has a girlfriend. Anyway, it doesn't matter. DoorDash. That is what I have on the list to talk about. Let me tell you guys what happened the other day. This happened before the last episode. I just somehow forgot to tell you guys this happened. My sister and I, we live in the dorm. We live in the dorm, and usually for dinner, we'll go to, like, the dining hall, and we'll get some food, and it's fine, whatever. Well, it doesn't always hit, the dining hall food isn't always the best, and every once in a while, our parents will be like, or if we have, like, a really bad day, our parents will be like, do you want to DoorDash some food, something good? And we'll be like, oh my God, no, like, thank you, no, really, we needed that. And so this night, I don't even remember what happened. Probably the fact that my life sucks. And I was like, I need a steak. Because as you guys know, I probably have, like, an iron deficiency. I have been on a kick with steak. Like, it is insane. I'm like wanting steak every second. I had steak tonight. For dinner, and I've been looking forward to it all week because I knew it was coming. But you know what my parents like to do? They know, they are fully aware of my love for steak. They know I love steak. And they'll only have it when I'm at school and can't be there. And then they have the nerve to send me a photo of it. Hey, next time, just drown me. Hold my head underwater and kill me. Because what are we doing? Why do you hate me so bad? I'm a good kid. I'm a good kid too, and you're gonna go out and you're gonna have steak without me? What are we doing? Anyway, to make up for that incident, they gave me steak tonight, and I've been really looking forward to it. Anyway, but I just to keep the story moving along, I love steak. Oh my god, we're gonna title this episode Beth Loves Steak. Actually, I already know I'm titling this episode, but wouldn't that be funny? Anyway, I wanted steak this night, and I had such a bad time, and Brooke, obviously, she was probably having a bad time too, and we decided, our parents were like, here, you order something on DoorDash, use our card, and we're like, thank you. It's always great when you can use their money. It's always great when you can just use other people's money for things. So we decided to order Logan's Roadhouse. Is that Steakhouse? Logan's Steakhouse? Roadhouse. What is it? What's it called? Because I'm calling it out. It's like the Rafferty's incident again. I'm dropping names. Logan's? Is it just called Logan's? Logan's Roadhouse. Okay, I was right the first time. And I've eaten there a few times. They have one in our college town, so Brooke and I have been a few times. Is it like our first choice of like restaurants? No, but it was on DoorDash, so we were getting it. And I got a steak. With a side of probably mashed potatoes, if I had to assume. And my sister, she probably got something really healthy. Not me. Y'all know me. And we ordered it, and mind you, we had an awful day, the both of us. We were both, like, just dying, and we were starving, all caps. Did you hear my spit just then? That's disgusting. We were starving to death. So hungry and exhausted. So we ordered this, and we're watching Arrested Development, and we're just, occasionally we're looking at DoorDash, seeing where they're at. And it's, they're consistently, like, pushing the time. They keep pushing it back and back and back. And we're like, what is happening? So I text the DoorDasher. I never in a mean way. I would never do anything mean. I'm just like, hey, how's it coming along? And they very blunt and just said delayed. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, whatever. And so it keeps getting pushed back. I mean, we ordered it at 8:30. It's 10 o'clock. And we're like, where is, mind you, they close at 10. And we're like, where is it? What happened? And then suddenly our DoorDasher quits. And we're like, huh? What happened? What? They quit? And we get a new DoorDasher. And we're like, well, dang. That's weird. So we're given a new DoorDasher, and the DoorDasher goes. And they text us. Or we asked what happened. They're like, I'm on my way. I'm going to go see. And we're like, okay. So they go to Logan's, and they ask, hey, where's this order? And you know what Logan's tells them? That, we already gave that to somebody. That was picked up, an hour ago. And she's like, what? And so she texts us. And it's like, they already have, that order was already picked up. It was already delivered. And so what happened was, our DoorDasher stole our food. Our DoorDasher stole our food and quit. They took the food and quit. Get into that for a second. What do you mean? That was insane. That's never happened before. But I will tell you this. We did get a full refund. So, you know what? Yay on that. But don't mess with me and my steak. My sister was dang near tears, dude. And I had to be the one. I had to go to the dining hall and go to to the Subway they had. The Subway they have stays open really late. And I went. And it was just awful. It was awful. That was a whole thing in itself. I have another Subway story to tell you in this episode as well. So get ready for that. But our DoorDasher stole our food. And, you're messing with the wrong people. Because when it comes to meat and a steak, I'm not going to be kind. I don't know what happened. Maybe they really needed it. And if they really needed it, then I'm glad someone got to eat. However, it was $50. So that wasn't great. However, I don't know why I'm talking money. It was on my parents' card. But still, we did get the full refund, so that was nice. And you know what? I guess at the end of the day, I'm glad someone got to enjoy that food. I do just wish it had been me. I had to eat a Subway sandwich. So, no, that's not even true. I didn't even go to Subway. Everything was closed. Except Subway and Moe's. And I had to go to Moe's because the line for Subway was it was disgustingly long. And so I went to Moe's and I got a burrito, which my sister likes to get a burrito with just meat and cheese in it. Not my favorite. So I got that for her, and I didn't even get myself anything. So my sister and I shared that, and we also shared some queso. That was our night. We had ordered like a steak, and I think my sister ordered some kind of chicken thing. And we didn't even get to enjoy it. Can you imagine? That was awful. I mean, it was really just one of those things where it's like, maybe on like a regular day, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Maybe something we could have laughed about. But when you just get punched over and over and over again, I mean, we had an awful day, and then it was just like, blah, just everything. Honestly, I think in my life, one constant is, if it can go wrong, it will. If a DoorDasher could steal your food, they will. I hope they enjoyed it though. Someone had to. So, good luck to them, honestly. I don't want to be hateful because maybe they needed it, And if they did, then I'm glad they got it, Steak has a lot of protein in it. Maybe they needed the protein. But yeah, it was a rough night for us girls, We really struggled that night. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no, it's a cough. My. Oh me, oh my. Give me just a little bit. S. Or is it X? I said it wrong. I don't care. I need a break. Now, let me tell y'all a story. Let me just tell you guys this. Full transparency, I will drop a class if the wind blows the wrong way. I am the queen of dropping a course. Just over the summer alone, I dropped like 4. I had to keep I would take a class, and one thing, a bunch of my professors quit, so they canceled classes, so I had to drop those, and then everything got messed up, and I had to drop those. It was everything I tried, I had to ended up having to drop those classes, and then before that, I already had a drop-in class problem, so it was just oh, yep, I'm gonna drop a class. Anyway, as you guys know, a few episodes back, I told you guys, I am never dropping another class again. Well, I'm not kidding. Probably that week, I ended up having to drop another class. So, just to give you a background of how my summer went with scheduling classes, right before school started, we needed some kind of gen ed credit, and we decided that we were going to take an enjoying literature class. Now, when we signed up for this class, we thought it was just going to be probably reading I don't know, The Great Gatsby or something, the classics, kind of going into each genre of what it could be, and learning to enjoy literature, something like that. Or going in through each genre and choosing a book we want to read. We thought it would kind of be like that. It wasn't. Hey, it wasn't. In fact, what it was that we just had plays that we had to read, and then we had to act them out. And the whole class was based on participation. So that in itself is crazy, A class based on participation can go one of two ways. It can either be hey, this is pretty easy, or you want to shoot yourself. So, it was pretty bad. But, I don't fail. So, I'm I'll participate, whatever. It is what it is. And that posed an issue. Because my professor, mind you, I'm in the same class with Brooke, so I'm not crazy. We have a key witness who's watching this go down. Every single time I tried to participate in class, it was a big no-no with our professor. We would read a play, and then we'd go around the room, and everyone would have to speak, okay? And you just had to speak once, and you'd get your participation for the day. Everyone spoke, a bunch of times. I don't speak unless I have something genuinely good to say. I'm not gonna, just speak for no reason. I'm good if I have, something to contribute that's, good, and I want people to, hear, and it's has a thought behind it, then I'll talk. So I probably spoke once every class into the discussion, but I said something that was really good for conversation. I'd bring up really good points, and my answers were very well thought out. And And so that was how I spelled enjoying wrong on there. I left out the G. It's enjoying. So I'm in class. And again, I don't speak unless like I have something good to say, like thoughtful. And I speak. And then my professor's like, okay, well, let's do the next play now. And I'm like, okay. So she starts casting people in the class to do the play. You know, we have to do it in front of like all of our classmates. And she's casting people. We had already done one. And I didn't do that one. But I wanted my participation because I have this like a sweat session. I didn't think my professor really heard me when I spoke. So I was like, shoot, I'm not going to get my participation points. And so she's casting the people to play this next play. It comes to the narrator. And I was like, oh, can I do it? And she goes, you've participated a little too much today. I spoke one time. And she's like, you participated a little too much today. And the girl beside me, she goes, I've spoke more than you. And she got cast to be in it. And I was like, I know, that's so weird. My sister was like, that is weird and very strange. But whatever, you know, she didn't want me to be in it. I'll get them next time. A few days later, we were doing another play. And she asked me to cast people. So I was like, shoot, okay. So I had to like go around the class and like cast people to be in the next play. And made me a little uncomfortable, I won't lie to you. Well, the day comes that we're actually going to perform this play in front of our classmates, and one of the people I cast didn't show up. And so Brooke says, well, Beth can do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, I don't mind. And we had just got to class and this happened. We had just got there, and we're getting the stuff set up. I had just sat down, and Brooke was like, Beth can do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, I don't mind. And my professor goes, no, you're too tired. I just sat down. I just got here. What do you mean I'm too tired? And I was just like, this is weird. This is weird, right? Like, this is weird. So, and she, like, never would let me participate in class. She would never let me participate in the plays. And even, like, when I would speak, she would, like, interrupt me. And I was like, dude, are you serious? It was weird. And then we ended up actually dropping the class. Brooke dropped the class because she was like, she had too many classes and it was just leaving her exhausted. So she dropped one. And then I dropped it because my professor was mean to me. And that's that. So I'm not in that anymore. So now I have to fulfill that gen ed credit still. But it is what it is. I don't care. So, and plus, I was taking 15 hours with that class. And 15 hours is just too much for me. I can't even lie. It is just too much. I know. Let me tell you guys something about this. I'm going to give you a little piece of advice for people going to college. It's okay to just take the minimum credit hours. It's okay. Because that's what I do. And yeah, I am going to be behind. But like, big whoop. Really though, big whoop. If I'm a little behind, I'm probably going to have to pay more money. But like, I'm already this deep in debt. So might as well take my time and actually, benefit from what I'm learning. And just take the minimum. And, get through it the best I can. Because if I'm working my butt off into the ground trying to do this and then like barely learning anything because I'm just too focused on trying to like get out in time, then don't go to college at that point, because then at that point I'm not getting out of it what I need to get out of it. So I'm just taking my time, and I encourage you all to do the same. And I think in the long run it'll just be more worth it at that point. I'm looking at this. This used to be an apple. I can see where the stem was. Oh wait, no, it is a strawberry because strawberries also have stems. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think it's okay to take your time in school. Brooke and I have been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, and it's saying, and they keep talking about how Jeremiah is a super senior in college. And I will tell you this, not to defend Jeremiah, because I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I feel like being a super senior isn't his worst crime, Maybe using all of his father's money to do it, yeah, maybe that's a problem. But what I'm saying is, take your time in college. I just feel like, for me, it's going to cost more money to go it just is. But I feel like, if I really try to speed through it, then I'm not really going to be benefiting. And then kind of like, what's the point, If I'm speeding through it all, then I'm not learning how I should, I'm probably not absorbing the knowledge like I really want to. And plus, I feel like that kind of doesn't leave time to really give you time to really decide if what you're majoring is what you want to do. I started college and I was in broadcasting. I went ahead and switched my major, which I want to give you guys an update on that. I told you all that if I'm going to try out the PR thing, and if I don't like it, then I'm just going to switch my major. No big deal. And if I did switch my major, it was probably going to be English. But I'm in the PR stuff now, and I won't lie to you guys. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not to like really toot my own horn here, but I won't lie to you guys. I'm good at it. Like, I'm genuinely good at it. We have to do these case studies all the time, and I am genuinely like really good at it. Now, I might be saying this, and then one day I have a huge PR faux pas. However, as it stands now, I'm like kind of hitting it out of the park. Like, I'm really doing well. Actually, I had someone come up to me in one of my classes, and they were like, did you write that PR statement? Did you write that press release? Was that you who came up with it? And I'll be honest, this is what I said. I was like, no, we came up with it as a team. It was a team effort. But to be frank with you guys, yes, I did come up with it by myself. I did. That's not a lie. I did. I wrote the whole thing myself. But I was trying to stay humble. But with you guys, I don't care about being humble. With you guys, I'll be my authentic self. Self-absorbed. But I was like, yeah, it was a team effort. She was like, it was really good. That was a really good PR statement, our press release. And I was like, thank you so much. So that went well. And actually, the girl who said it, not to like really call her out, but she's in a really cool major. She's in like, it's like music management. I didn't even know that was a major at our school. How cool is that? I just thought that was interesting. Anyway. But I am really enjoying the PR thing, so hopefully it stays that way. My back hurts so bad. I'm in pain. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I am enjoying the PR stuff. It's going well. The work so far, mind you, like I'm a sophomore, but like I'm in my third year, so I'm in the beginner courses, I think. Is what it is. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm enjoying it so far. I'm in public relations principles, which is like, I think I explained this before, but it's like kind of the intro course for public relations. And I'm in public relations design. So we are like working with like kind of making ad campaigns, things like that. Well, not really yet because we're still kind of getting started. But I've made a flyer. We did an assignment where we had to make a flyer for like a school activity type of thing. So I did one for like a Halloween thing. Honestly, it looked really good. I won't even lie. And just the other day I had to do a project on color theory for a brand. So I did PBS. So I did that. You guys probably are not interested in what I'm saying. Tough because I'm talking about it. So I did that, and now I have to make like a magazine layout type of thing. So I'm doing that, and it has to be for the brand I did. So I'm going to have to do PBS. I haven't even started on that yet. But honestly, I'm a little confused. I made like one friend. Hopefully it stays that way. Remember last episode I was talking about the Superman incident, and it was that guy who was like wearing the Superman hat, and I was like, oh, did you go see the Superman movie? And he goes, what do you think? Well, guys, things are kind of looking up in that area because I think maybe it was just bad first impressions. Because now I think we're kind of friends. Believe it or not. Hopefully we stay friends. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it. But with the way things go, I probably am jinxing it. So knock on wood. But as it stands right now, I think we're kind of friends. So fingers crossed. I might have to text him and ask him about this assignment because truthfully, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, now I have one story left. I'm just going to give you kind of a rundown. It was episode 3, season 1 of The Buzz with Beth. I have an episode called Beth Wanted a Little Mayo. Only wanted a little mayo. Well, let me just give you a little backstory on that. When I was in my freshman year of college, I went to the Subway at our school, and I went in line, and of course, as you guys know, I have horrible anxiety. And I go up there, and Subway is kind of my worst nightmare, because it is like, I have to tell you so many things, and it's just, it gives me a lot of anxiety ordering at Subway, I won't lie to you. I usually just have my sister go first, and So I can just say I'll have the same thing as her, and then that's kind of the end of that, and that's all I have to say. But this time it didn't go that way. Last year, or the year before, my freshman year, I was there, and the worker looked like, it was uncanny. To Malcolm, from Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, he looked just like him. I mean, it was kind of crazy, and that was kind of the only thing I could focus on. He looked just like him. So I was focusing on that, but simultaneously I was also kind of focusing, okay, say your order right. And I was really, really nervous, and it got to the Mayo, and kind of long story short, he asked me how much Mayo I wanted, and in my head, this is what I meant to say. Only a little Mayo, I have an aversion. What I actually went forward with saying was, only a little Mayo, I'm a virgin. So that was, top 10 most embarrassing things that have ever happened to me. Malcolm looked at me like eyes wide, and I was just like, oh my God. I just told Malcolm I'm a virgin. So I don't know what his actual name was, but he looked like Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. Anyway, I told him I was a virgin. So that was a horrible thing that went down at Subway. Well, guys, here's the part 2. This happened a few weeks ago, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a virgin. Anyway, this is what happened. It was late. I hadn't eaten yet that day, and it was like dinner time, and I'm like, guys, I'm hungry. To no one in particular. There was no one there. I went to Subway, and I was like, I'm gonna get a footlong. If I don't eat the whole thing, I can eat the rest tomorrow. It'll be fine. And I go to Subway, and again, the anxiety is bad because for some reason, Subway in particular, it just kind of makes me spiral a little bit, and ordering is just a real pain for me. It makes me very, very anxious and scared. I'm a scared girl, and I'm ordering. I'm just really trying to focus on the fact that, okay, get this order right. Get it right. And I'm nailing it. It's going well at first. But then we get to the Mayo. Again, we get to the freaking Mayo. And it's a different worker, by the way. But why is it always the Mayo for me? I don't know. Because here's the thing. I like Mayo. It's fine. But I don't like a lot of it. If it's too much, I get sick. And I don't like that. And it just, only a little bit. Like, just to taste. So we're at the Mayo. And, guys, this is bad. The worker takes the Mayo and, like, this is about to get loud, so I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna have to turn it down. But pretend those flashlights Mayo. They, like, flip the Mayo, and to get it at the bottom, they're hitting it like this. Over and over and over again. And it's, like, loud. Every hit is, like, it makes me flinch. And, like, they're really working to get the Mayo out. And then they squirt some on there. And I was like, oh, you don't have to put that much, like, it's fine. Like, that's fine. That amount is fine. And they looked at me like I killed their dog. They looked at me like I backed over their canine. It was insane. And I was just like they were, like, got mad at me for saying that. And I said, I didn't want you to have to, like, keep banging that, because it's, like, I didn't want you to have to, like, like, work extra hard. It was, like, I didn't want to put more onto you. And I was just like, I'm sorry. And I felt really bad because I could tell that they got offended. I could tell that they got offended by me saying that's enough Mayo. And I never want to make anyone feel bad. So I go to pay. And I just make sure to say, hey, thank you so much, by the way. Thank you for making my sandwich. Thank you so much. And they go, well, if you like my service so much. They go over, they grab a card. Then fill out the survey. The name, Benny. And I was like, thank you. And then they walk away, all mischievous. I was like, what are we doing? Actually, hey, for a second, let's talk about it. What are we doing? Because that was insane. Why are you acting like I'm a villain? Why are you acting like I'm a villain? Because you wanted to drown my sandwich in Mayo by hitting it on the table 1 billion times? Oh my God, you hit it so hard it was an earthquake in the Subway. And you got all offended. Just because I don't like, sorry, hey, fine, sue me. Sorry, I don't like Mayo that much. Only a little, God, only a little. I only like a little bit of Mayo. I don't, it's not, I don't know what you want from me. And I'm sorry, okay? I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. God, this is why I hate Subway. Unless you want to sponsor me, then I love Subway. Why are you yelling at me? And why are you hitting things so hard? Like, Mayo, it's gonna come to the bottom. Just give it a sec. And then it's like, if you like my service so much, fill out the survey. The name, Benny. Why are you acting like you're freaking 007 right now? The name's Bond. James Bond. Like, that was kind of what it was giving. I'm like, you ain't him. You ain't him. It was insane. And so, you know, I don't know if I want to go back to Subway. I definitely will, though, because I do love their sandwiches. But dang, why you gotta hurt my feelings like that? Anyway, I went to this. This is really what grinds my gears. I'll tell ya. I went to the cafe on campus. And mind you, I love the cafe on campus because they make the best caramel macchiatos ever. Like, they're really good. However, the person who usually made my caramel macchiato, they have graduated school. So they no longer work there. And they have this new girl. And now, I know this girl, okay? She used to work at the Chick-fil-A on campus. And she was awful to me, by the way. Let's talk about that for a second. She was awful to me then. And now she's working at the cafe. I guess she's bouncing around. I don't know. Now, am I crazy? And you guys can tell me if I'm crazy for this. But I go in there, and, you know, when you order something, you, like, say you go to Starbucks or something, I don't know, and you order a caramel macchiato, they're going to be like, is that all? You say, can I get a caramel macchiato? And they're like, okay, no problem. They ask you the size, and then they go, is that all? And you say yes, and they're like, okay, your total is $5, cash or card. And then you say card, and they're like, okay, it's ready when you are. That's how the interaction goes. I go into the cafe. The girl walks over. She just says, very unenthused, hello. And I was like, hi, can I get a small caramel macchiato? And she says, okay. That was the end of the interaction, you guys. That was crazy. I waited for like 20 seconds, and I was just like, am I like supposed to pay now? I don't know what to do. Like, I had this internal dialogue going. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And so like 20 seconds later, I just like lift up my card and I tap it, which I never even do that either. I usually like just insert the chip, but I tap it and it like pays for it. And she wasn't even looking at me, dude. I didn't know I was supposed to pay. She was just like, okay. And just like looking around, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, do I pay now? Like, how much is it going to be? I don't know. And usually, and they are supposed to ask, is it card or are you going to use your student money? Because most people will use like their student money to buy it. I never do. I always use my card. And I don't know. It was just weird. But that's not where it ends. Then this chick has the nerve to just give me a cup of milk. It wasn't even a caramel macchiato at that point. It was just straight milk. And, you know, because I'm just too nervous to ever say anything, I'm just like, thank you for the milk. And I walked out. I don't know. God forbid a girl wants a caramel macchiato. Oh well. She obviously hates me and has something against me. Which, you know, join the club. Most people do. Anyway, I just didn't want to drink milk. And you know, I didn't want to drink milk. I wanted to have a regular Subway sandwich. And you know what else? I wanted my steak from Logan's. Food is not a friend of mine, as the past few weeks have shown me. But it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because I sure had a lot of fun making it. I'm so sick, you guys. Oh, it really hit then, too. I really had to just give you guys a show. I love you guys so much. This has been another episode of Buzz With Us. I am your host, Bethany Haven. And I love you guys so much. Me. I get it. I get it. I just hit my head on the couch. Anyway, sorry. I knocked the hat off of my microphone. It is what it is. I love you guys so much. Meow, 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 meow.
This is my impression of if I got turned into a banana. No, because like literally who turned me into a banana though? Like, what?